Toastmaster any speech, any workshop by giving a quote. So let me give a quote. It is said that when student is ready, the teacher appears. And this is precisely I was telling my mentor, my mentee, that it is not necessary that you should start your speech with the quote. Fellow Toastmaster, I was very delighted to have a young Mahesh as my mentee. I would like to tell you the story which we have gone through, both of us, and then we will try to find out how important this relationship is. Toastmaster International has endowed us, gifted us this relationship to be thought about it, to be practiced. But we have to find out where do we stand with respect to this relationship, which is very, very crucial. When we think of Toastmaster, we think of only table topic as a great creation. But even this relationship is also very important. On November 16, Maheshwaran Balraman sent me a speech. It was very, very long speech. And then I responded to his speech. After reading, I found that it is very, very big. And in the introduction speech itself, he was trying to give the quote and very, very complicated quote and too many stories in that. So I told him that your speech is good, but try to do it in a different way. Open the talk from today, because it was a introduction speech where I am standing now. Go to the future, and then from future go to the flashback. Everybody in the Toastmastering, they gives their life event from beginning to the end. I was trying to tell him, do the things differently. The logic behind suggestion was, people are more interested in your dream more than your past. So the moment somebody comes and talk to you, and if we start talking about his future, you will be directly hooked with him. Mahesh agreed. He removed the quote in the beginning, which was very complicated and was really not making any sense. And after the discussion, he has reduced after giving this second mail. I was trying to tell him that every time you should be discovering yourself. Do not take the monotonous route. In the third mail, we found that 822 words. And again, I gave him the solution that your speech must be between 600 to 700 words. Then he has reduced it to 438 words. This was the fourth interaction between both of us. When he came and performed, gentlemen, he failed miserably. In spite of having interaction between mentor and mentee, mentee failed miserably because after discussion also, he went back to his original soundtrack. I was very upset. He changed the speech at the last moment. He has made the change. When I spoke to him, he said, yeah, you are right, but I don't know why. I was not very confident, so I changed everything at the last moment, and he messed up. He added difficult quotes in the beginning, which was not at all making sense. So here there is a huge amount of learning between the mentor and mentee. The first learning for me and him was hold the hand tightly. Today we have literally forgotten, this is my personal observation, the mentor-mentee relationship. We do not practice it. For example, today he gave a speech. He has not mentioned the name of the mentor. Have you shown your speech to your mentor? Do you know who is your mentor? 70% of the people do not know who is their mentor. 90% of the people, after having known, they do not interact with the mentor. And the whole hallmark of Toastmastering, we are just bypassing. Because there is a huge amount of resources available with so-called senior people, which are untapped by the junior people. Frankly speaking, there is nothing like junior and senior in Toastmastering. Because every interaction teaches you something. When Mahesh failed in delivering his lecture, I also felt that I felt more miserably than Mahesh. Because I never thought that he will change his whole speech at the last moment. Otherwise, I would have told him, don't take the risk. Manage over and under confidence. This Mahesh happened to be a teacher. Now, teacher obviously has got huge knowledge, and Mahesh is an excellent person with a solid knowledge of wildlife. He wanted to tell, and he was so confident, and during that overconfidence, things just buckled up. I always tell people in Toastmastering, what is being told is not important. How it is being told is the important thing. Many senior Toastmasters have yet to understand this critical aspect of Toastmastering. Look at most of the international speakers. Their story is personal, very simple. Again and again they are telling the basic principles of the life. But what really makes them apart from all of us is how they tell the story. So this how, you must know. You must know how to tell the story of your own. And this is the function of the mentor. Now, if you don't go to the mentor, then you will not be accessing the rich resources of this whole mentoring process. There are some people comes with absolutely zero confidence. For them, a different prescription is required to be given by the mentor. The third aspect is focus on the objective of the project. 70% of the time, people do not read the project objectives. 90% of the time, the speaker do not read the evaluation sheet, what is given in the parameter. And then, when the delivery is given, the evaluator comes and tells you that you have completely out of focus with respect to achieving the objectives. Because a lot of misunderstanding has been developed while in the first 5 projects. People feel that it is yet another project. But mentor has to tell that what these 10 projects really mean. You should also also studied that each and every project, CC1 to CC10, has got different focus. Sometimes we are looking at vocal variety. Yesterday Mahesh came to me again. He was delivering the project number 6. I said, my friend, this wildlife story does not give you an opportunity to show the audience vocal variety. And then we were discussing, and he was talking about his daughter, and his daughter was asking for one more heater at the home, while he was telling his daughter that in Syria there are thousands of the people are being frozen. I said, bring this story into the picture, into the speech. Yell at your daughter over the phone. Why do you need it? So here mentor has to show how things are to be done. Many people get confused even how to select the topic. People who are well read get more confused when it comes to the selection. That is the issue. Because there are so much things to tell. Every time I read Mahesh's project, it is at least 1.5 pages. Then become difficult task to prune it down, to reduce it to the 6 to 7 minutes. I said, Mahesh, hold on. There is something like ACB, ACS, ACG. Yesterday I told him precisely that now you are attempting project number 6, no? And you are so excited about so many things to tell to the people. Go through the advanced project topics, and then you will realize that you have got ocean to cover. You have got every opportunity to manage your speech on a different dimensions. But when all these things will happen, when mentor himself is aware about what is available and how it to be fed to this guy. Today most of the mentors are in a docile position. They are not at all active. Mentor to tell the things explicitly. This is what my learning when I talk to Mahesh. There is nothing implied in this world. Mahesh, don't change the topic at 11th hour. I should have told him. It is as simple as that. So learnings of the day for mentor and mentee were these kind of things. Very, very small but subtle issues, and that it can bring things completely. There is a question, who should initiate the process? And more and often, it is the mentee to initiate the process. Mentee should first find out what is in it for me in this relationship. Otherwise, mentor goes and tells all these things, and then if mentee is not interested in the rest of time. But once mentee shows that he has got eagerness to learn, then mentor must move. Mentor to get into the shoes of mentee. So yesterday when I was talking, I was thinking that I am doing project number CC6. I was trying to execute that project through Mahesh. That is what is getting into the shoes. And it becomes difficult for mentors sometimes once you go to the ACG level, because you take things for granted that things will happen. But no, I have seen many ACB, ACS or ACG do not have the eye contact. Absolute no vocal variety. So for mentor also, it is an opportunity to revisit the same basics. And the moment you are completing CC10, remember one thing, you can give the mentorship to somebody else, because it is a process where both the people learn simultaneously. The more you tell how to do it, the more you learn how to do it, to be very frank. Because every concept, every interaction is on a different platform. Mentor to give different perspective. This is the most important function of the mentor. Most of the time, the mentee get affected by the club atmosphere. If the club atmosphere is mediocre, remember you are developing another mediocre Toastmaster into the system. But if the mentor is capable of giving different perspective altogether, probably you are developing a best possible speaker in the world. This Mahesh, to whom I am talking about, has worked for almost 18 years in wildlife. CC1 to CC5 is all related to the wildlife. I said, Mahesh, get out of from wildlife. There is another life also. This was the dialogue at 4 o'clock. By 4:15, Mahesh is already sent me the CC6. Huh? When I told him that Mahesh, get out of this wildlife, Mahesh immediately replies back to me, sorry sir, let me redraft everything again and come back to you. And we went to meet at 5 o'clock for the discussion. I said, Mahesh, this is general comment. I am observing you since last 5 projects. I know you have got a passion for birds and elephants and everything. But no, you have to discover, because it is my experience while doing up to ACG, this Toastmastering is amazing process. For the purpose of poetry reading, there is one project, poetry reading. You will not believe I have read 100 poems. 100 poems on internet. I spent almost 6 to 7 days in searching which poem I should pick up. Which poem will touch you? And then I have selected 3 poems. One poem of Rabindranath Tagore related with the birth. The last poem of some English poet related with the death. And in between poem related with the life. Actually, I should have taken a simple poem and read it and closed the chapter. See my that ACG or whatever completed. But today the amount of satisfaction I have got it while doing Toastmastering of reading 100 poems, which I would not have done 100%. I have got a better perspective of doing the project by itself. This is very, very important. Martin Luther King's speech I heard at least 24 times before standing at this podium and telling or rehearsing it in a different way. How to do the things differently? Let me give an example. That video I have captured, showed it, which was voiceless. So Martin Luther was talking on the screen while was speaking without any voice, while what he was saying I was speaking from the desk. Additional dimension, discover yourself basically. And this capability comes only after when you are serious about Toastmastering. Very, very important. If you want to become a respected mentor, you have to struggle and struggle. Practice and practice. Learning for the mentors and mentee. What is the difference between the mentor and a consultant? I went to internet and tried to find out that how come these two? I can become consultant to Mahesh also. No. Toastmaster is very critical about using the right word for the right role. And it is a mentor. So let us see what is this is. A mentoring relationship has to be based on strictly on mutual respect. If Mahesh believes that Mankar is going to give inputs in his interest, then only our relationship will exist. And today, most of the new Toastmasters do not get into this relationship because they are not very sure whether their mentor will spend the time for them. Even if we spend the time, we will respond to very fast. They have got their own doubts. So many fresh Toastmasters do not go to their mentor in spite of assignment. And it is the president's job, VP Education's job, to make sure that whether things are happening the way they should happen. Unfortunately, we are giving the least importance of this particular relationship. A mentor should be motivated by nothing more than the desire to help. I have no interest in Mahesh other than desire that Mahesh should become a good speaker. That desire to help is very, very critical. The mentor's role is not to advise you, but rather to give you a different way of thinking. This is the ultimate of mentoring. Mahesh is thinking since last 35 years, 45 years, thinking in a way, and he is moving ahead, nothing will happen. But if Mankar can oscillate his thinking in a better manner, if he can see the world from a different perspective, if he can use, discover something with the help of internet and present himself, then definitely it will be a great help to Mahesh. Beyond that, I urge all to start slowly and let the relationship be on. Today, it is my again personal experience that mentor-mentee relationship has taken a very, very back seat. Neither mentee is serious, nor mentor is serious. In clubs, I have found the problem that a new member has come, who will be mentor for him? Because there are no people available. People are available, senior people, they are busy. Even if they are busy, they say yes, but actually relationship doesn't take place. So total put together, we have to evolve this relationship. There are certain milestones of Toastmasters or important things in Toastmastering which are really different than normal thing, is this particular relationship. So I would urge that take this particular relationship very, very seriously. And it is not that your club is newer. Even the clubs, Oasis Club, which is existing since last 18 years, there is also a far cry with respect to this particular mentor-mentee relationship. People are making efforts, but things are not coming up. But really speaking, it is onus on both the Toastmasters, mentor as well as mentee, to get into it and do the best. I wish you all the best for mentors also and for mentee also. Over to you.